And I asked him, do you guys have a website? Check out your stuff? No. Can you help me with that? I'd sure like one. So before I could even think, I said, okay, I can get you a nice website. And it'll be $1,700. I just pulled that out of the top of my head. It'll be $1,700. You give me half the money now, and then when the site is done, you give me the other half. Is that fair? Does that sound good? And he said, oh, you bet. And I said, well, now I had never built a website. I'd had them built for me before, and I paid anywhere from $1,200 to $3,000. Built many sites, had many businesses. But I don't know where this came from. I mean, the worst I could do was give the guy his check back and say, you know, I mean, I never even thought about the worst. I just said, yeah, I can do that. So, next, what am I going to do? This is really good here. Pay attention to how this came about. I said, well, I'm going to need just some information. Any brochures, pictures, information, business cards, anything you have, I need it. Put it all in the mail to me. If you don't have digital, now keep an eye, this guy didn't have digital. He couldn't email me a picture, okay? He sent me color Kodak photographs. Here's what I did. About a month before this, I needed a site badly. And I was having troubles with my website designer. I mean, the guy wasn't returning phone calls, he wasn't doing stuff right, and I just needed a site quickly because I was going to be on a nationwide radio interview where thousands of people were going to be hearing me talk, and I wanted to send it to my site. And my site wasn't up, the guy was not on it. So I very quickly did a Google search for a builder site. And what that was is a site where I could just go build it like cookie cutter. Boom, boom, boom. Now you think, well, that's cheap? Hold on a minute. Builderspot.com. This is what I discovered one night when I had a problem. Necessity is the mother of invention. And I had a problem. I needed to get a site built. I needed it quickly. And I couldn't rely on anyone to do it right. I couldn't find someone in time, so I wanted to do it myself. I thought there's got to be builder sites out there, builder blocks, website buildings. I did all these searches in Google, and I found a place called Builderspot. Builderspot.com. And you know what was unique about Builderspot was that you could go in there and pick all these templates. You could upload pictures. All you need to do is know how to type an email, and you could build a website, a nice-looking website that even had e-commerce, that would take orders. I mean, we're talking a nice site, and you could do it in a couple hours flat. And you could even hit a button, a box, that would remove the link to Builderspot, so no one would know where you built it. So no one would know that you built it yourself, that it was a homemade job. And it looked perfect. And it took orders. And people could go there, they could send emails, they could get information, they could order products, all of it, you name it, in just a couple hours. Now, it took me a long time because it was the first time I'd ever done it. All I knew how to do up to that point was type an email and search the internet. I could cruise the net and I could type email. I never did stuff like this. I hate computers. I'm a martial artist. I don't like sitting in front of a computer learning how to do. I don't even want to learn. You do it for me, okay? We all have our area of expertise. And mine was not sitting in front of a computer. But I needed a site before this interview. I had to have a site up because out there in the real world, you need two things. You need a toll-free phone number and you need a website. You get those two things when you're out there in the media for sure, or you're going to miss the potential flood of interest, the flood of calls and traffic to your website. I mean, you're dead without a site. You're dead without a toll-free number. So, I went through all this at builderspot.com, and this is not the only one. There are tons of them out there. Tons of them. And they will help you build a site. You pick from all these different templates. You can pick whatever field you're in, sports. It doesn't matter. So, I knew how to build a site for no money. Matter of fact, Builderspot, it was about $20 a month. Maybe it's 25. Let me ask you something. $20 a month. How much is that a year? $240 a year. That includes everything. Now, I charge this guy $1,700. You do the math. $1,700 minus the $240 to Builderspot. What's left over? $1,460. In my pocket, pure, clean profit. Now, was he happy? Yes. Was I happy? Yes. Did anyone lie to anyone? No. Could I do this every single day? Yes. Easy. Now, I've done this a couple times. I had to do it a couple times because I just had to prove to myself that it was real and it wasn't just a fluke, that it was a skill. Now, let me ask you this. You're there, let's take a worst case scenario, okay? You live in the ghetto. You've got no money. you're renting a room in a house. If you have a phone line, you call the phone company and you get a phone line put in, okay? And you want high-speed internet. Don't have that poverty mentality. Well, that costs 60 bucks a month. That costs 80 bucks a month for high-speed cable internet. Yeah, but your time, man, you blink and you're there. But even in dial-up, you could do it. It's a bit slow, though. So listen, you have a phone, you get an internet connection, satellite, or cable for 60 bucks a month, and you're rolling, man. You're rocking and rolling. Now, how do you find people? You know how many businesses grab your phone book? Everyone needs a website. An electrician needs a website. Why? You say he's just in your county. Here's why. People can go onto that site, and they can schedule an appointment. They can learn about him. You want to know, when I call an electrician, I want to see references. Maybe they want to know, are you in the Better Business Bureau? You can schedule. I mean, more and more people are going to the net for everything. I mean, you can even shop for your groceries and have them delivered. Never have to leave your home. People go to the net for everything. It's just a way of life. The internet is the telephone of the new millennium. People go to the telephone for anything they need. Now they go to the internet. Okay? And if anyone doesn't want a website, fine. You don't. If they don't see that they need one in this day and age, they will. They will. But if they don't, fine. And you know, there are so many industries out there. Years ago, I remember hearing about the Door Operator Dealers Association, DODA, and these were garage door openers. Whoever thought that there would be a dealers association of garage door openers? And there are so many industries and businesses out there, contractors. I found a contractors magazine. And inside this magazine, they're advertising steel buildings, they're advertising contractor tools, and I noticed that many of these people did not have websites. Could you call them and say, listen, who's the owner there? Do you have a website? Do you guys want a website? Why don't you have one? Say, look at mine. See, you make a website first. Make a nice website. Pick a few websites that you know you can do and have them written down. And then say, go check out these websites. Would you like a site that looks like that? That looks cool. That has all your information. That people can order from you right online. Boom. It's that simple. It's that easy. You think, no, that wouldn't work. Well, hey, it does work. I've done it, and I've helped other people do it. There's a homeschooling mom, a widow, who didn't have any work, and I showed her how to do this so that she can stay home and educate her children, and she's doing it. A little old house mom can do it, you can do it, and you can do it every single day. There are so many industries. Now let me give you a resource on industries. The Thomas Register. Put this in quotes in a Google search. I don't know their site, but the Thomas Register is a huge book about the size of a huge dictionary. Encyclopedias are on disc and websites now that have every manufacturer in the country of everything. Widget manufacturers, doll manufacturers. There's unlimited industry out there. And here you have a gold mine and you get the owner's name and you get what they do. And you just go through and circle the ones that don't have websites. If they don't have websites, they need them. Now don't let your conditioning stop you from thinking that you can do this. You can do this. It's very simple. It's almost easy. You can sleep in every day. You can stay at home and make lots of money. If you just made one sale every day, just one. And hold on, because I'll show you exactly how to do it. See, that's what I don't like. A lot of these millionaire internet marketing courses, they'll give you a business model, but they won't show you how to get the money. They'll say build a site and have all this in it, make an info product and have all this in it. But then you go, well, how do I get people to come to the site? How do I get people to buy my product? I'll show you exactly how right here, right now. And this is only one idea. And we're going to get to everything. This is just one idea. I talked about the value of one idea. I'm giving you one idea in a lot of detail right now. But I promise you, as you go through this course, you're going to get more than you were promised in terms of useful information, life-changing information. I promise you that. You'll get more. Just hang with me if you don't see a value in this, but I hope your mind is opening up because I'm going to show you a way that you can make money with this model without even doing it yourself. I sleep in every day. I get up in the morning, I have a leisurely breakfast, I go check my emails to see how much money I've made. I do a few administrative tasks and then I go work out. My punching bag, my own private gym with free weights, and then I jog on my ranch. That's my kind of day. You want to have a day like me? You want to have a day like that? You want that freedom to do whatever you want? If I want to travel, if I want to go to a seminar, if I want to go to any seminar in the country, in the world, I just go. I don't have to think about, I can't afford it. Okay? And you shouldn't have to think about that either. You want to pursue the life you want? Do you want the freedom to be exactly how you've imagined you can be? I'm going to show you right here and right now how you can do it. Follow these DVDs. You know the hardest thing a therapist ever has to deal with? A physical therapist, a trainer, a shrink? What do they all deal with? They deal with the person being non-compliant. You're a trainer, you want to get someone in shape, but he keeps going home and eating pizza and eating chips and salsa and drinking beer, and every time he comes back, he's fatter and worn out. He's not doing what you say. He's not complying. Let me help you help yourself. Follow this thinking, and you can apply it to anything. Now, back to the drawing board here. Finding an industry. There are so many, I mean, it's unbelievable. You can go to a library. I don't care if you live in a town of population 200, Podunkville, Iowa. Okay, go to a library. Get on the net, and you can find yellow pages. You can go to most libraries and find the actual hard copy phone book of major cities, of big cities. Population 100,000 and up. Okay, and you can crack that thing open, and you can stand there at the Xerox machine, whatever you have to do to get the leads. You can go to the Thomas Register. You can go to a library and search for free industry magazines and publications like the Contractors one I was telling you about that I just found at I think I was at a tire shop waiting for them to change my tires. And I saw this Contractors magazine flipping through. They don't have a website. Wow, they're selling steel buildings. They'll ship them anywhere and they don't have a website. They're selling steel buildings. They ship them everywhere and they don't have a website. Boom, I know I could have taken that home, picked up the phone, and made my money. Easy. $1,700. Built that puppy in over the weekend. It's that simple. Now, when you think about this model, I'll call it the Builder Spot model. By the way, I have nothing to do with Builder Spot. Don't know who they are. It was just one I found. There are tons of them out there. Cookie cutter, building block, drag and drop builder sites. They're called builder sites. And there's tons of them out there. Tons of them. Find your own if you don't like that one. Look at them all. They're beautiful. They're professional. They're not these, I don't like the free Yahoo sites and GoDaddy's website tonight. I hate those. I tried that. And that's how I got frustrated because I needed a site. And the interview was successful. And in that one interview, I sold $1,000 worth of product. I'll tell you about that. Everything I'm telling you is true. I support my claims with backup, with hard facts. Now, this is what happened. I went on, I thought, GoDaddy is really cool. GoDaddy.com. If you don't know about that, you should. GoDaddy.com. You can go register names there. Now, I used to go to register.com, and it was $30 a year. And if you had a site there, like andrewscott.net, they could look up your site, and they could see your address and your phone number and your email. And you'd get telemarketing calls, junk mail. Okay? But GoDaddy has a beautiful thing called privacy, which means when someone goes and looks up your name, unless they have a court order, they're going to get GoDaddy's name and address and phone number and email. That means more free time. See, I don't answer my phone anymore. You may have to in the beginning, whatever you're doing, but now I don't need to, and I don't have the time. Man, I'm busy. I'm sleeping. Okay? I'm studying. I'm working out. I'm developing new concepts. I'm doing things like you're doing right now. I'm sharpening my sword. And every phone call and every distraction just takes away from that. So, GoDaddy.com is where you can register names for $9 a year. And another $9 is roughly, the rates may be a little different, it's roughly about $18 for a year of registration and privacy. So you can even reserve the name. Steel Buildings America. I'm just making up a name here. You ask the guy, what would be a cool name? What would you like your name to be? The name of your business.com. Give me 2 or 3 choices in case the name is taken. You go on there, you pop the name, $18, you got the privacy. Okay? This is an unlimited model. So let me tell you how to start. Let me tell you how to get the money, because you're thinking, you might think I can't do that. And why do you think you can't do that? Why do you think, if you can talk English, if you can't talk English, if you speak Spanish, you can do this to the Spanish-speaking community. America is so big and diverse that we have entire neighborhoods and cities that speak a certain language. And if you speak that language, then there's your market. All you need to be able to do is talk, and you can make $250,000 a year. Let me show you how right here and right now. I said $1,500. Let's just call it, let's say this. Let's say, what was it, $1,460, right? $1,460 that you've made after your expenses on each sale. Let's call it $1,000. Now, you're going to make more than that if you do it right, aren't you? So, let's just think small here, $1,000 a day. There's 5 days a week, 1 sale a day, 1 easy sale, no high pressure slam, no nothing. Just, you need this, you want this,